going out there, everybody? Bigfoot Mike coming at you live. Right here, we got Back 9 2025 Hideaway Open coverage. I'm joined today by Mason. Say what's up to the people, Mason.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us on the Back 9 of the 2025 Hideaway Open. We hope that you caught us on the front 10. But here we are in the Back 9. We've got our current leaderboard, Freddie Meza in the lead by 1 stroke. GT Hancock and Kate Caps following closely behind, as well as Jake Hebenheimer making a push from the chase car at only 2 strokes behind Freddie.
Here we are, hole 10, par 3, 391. We got a little bit of water, carry here, and first up on the tee, we got Kate Caps.
And how far would you say is the water carry on this hole, Mike?
Yeah, I'd say probably about 275. You know, water shouldn't definitely not come into play. Most of these guys, and here we got Cameron here, big lefty, hyzer over the top. You really kind of crash into these trees right here and hope you get a little look. So that actually is going to be pretty open look at the basket you'll see right there. You should have definitely a look for birdie. You can see the ground just, you know, a lot of mud, a lot of players checking their footing, especially on these tee pads.
See GT going with the righty backhand hyzer here, hoping to get a little luck, crash down through the trees.
That should be a clean look.
Hole 10 is one of the few holes that is averaging under par today, so this is definitely a hole that these guys want to birdie because there have not been many holes averaging under par. Only 5 on the day. So this is one that these guys want to get for sure.
It's a tough look. He had a little ceiling issue, so he's going to have to just pitch up here. Let's see if Freddie can convert the birdie here.
Big putt for Freddie there.
Good to be able to get the back 9 going with a bird. Let's see if Cam can answer. And he does. That left side all the way. Nicely done there. GT flushed. Perfect.
And we're at the point in the round where GT and Cade really can't afford to give any strokes to Freddie. We only have 8 holes left after this, so every stroke counts at this point. So that was a big birdie there for GT to stay up there with Freddie.
We got hole 11, par 4, 777 feet, downhill, playing into the wind. That one here coming out a little lower than he wanted for Cam. We got a little gallery here following the lead card.
GT's going to go with this high stall shot over the tree, looking to just swing back into the main fairway. This hole is averaging just over par, really about the same amount of bogeys as there is birdies today. I would imagine the conditions are probably playing a factor in that, because this does seem like a hole that these guys would birdie more than bogey in the field, being as wide open as it is.
You can see too the conditions at this time, a little windy, not as much with the mist and rain that we'd seen earlier in the round. But But these guys are definitely not taking any chances, making sure they're getting it plenty wide. There is some OB left, but everybody's safe here. Getting ready. You can see that OB on the right there.
We've got Cameron up first here for the second shot. He's going to try to go around this tree on the left side and hyzer in, and doesn't quite get around it. Stays in bounds, luckily. He'll still have a long putt.
Freddie, this shot's for you. Thanks, man.
Okay, that's going to be a circle 2 look. Got some branches there for that birdie putt. See if GT can get one up there for birdie.
GT's going to take the straighter approach, but it looks like he lets it out just a little low and doesn't quite get the full distance that he wanted on that disc.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. I guarantee you. He had a pretty relatively open look at it. Let's see if these guys can get up and down. Freddie, you can see here, he smashed that drive, so he's got a nice look here. See if he can get one up there and put his foot on the pedal.
It looks like he's kind of testing his options out there. He looked at the forehand, he looked at the backhand. He goes backhand, breaks through the tree, and he is parked. Absolutely parked.
Beautiful shot right there. It's a statement shot now, getting to 6 down.
Very much so, especially with seeing how far out the rest of these guys are. That's kind of not a nail in the coffin, but another one chalked up that they're going to have to put their foot on the pedal if they want to catch him. Cameron might have a sneaky look here through these branches. He goes over the branches.
Cleaning that up there, Cameron, for the par. Everyone else not just tapping in as we get to hole 12.
Nicest neighborhood ever. This guy opens up his garage. He's got a golf cart in there with like all of the features.
So here we are, hole 12, par 3, 360 feet. He's got a little gap off the tee, nothing too wild. It gets a little wooded there up to the basket. This is one that's definitely birdieable for sure.
This is one of the 5 holes that's averaging under par on the day. So again, these guys really want to get this birdie here.
No, it's not gato.
Freddie to push his lead and everybody else to try to help catch him.
It's another quality shot off the tee there. It's going to be a nice, easy look for birdie now for Freddie to get to 7. See if these guys can keep the pace.
You see Cameron going on with the turnover shot.
Look at that. Shout out to Ray on that. Nicely done, Ray. Almost gets taken out by Cam. Love it.
Ooh, and GT pulls this one a little right.
Definitely a lot more woods right where he's at, too. It's going to be a little trickier.
He might still have a look up through the trees, but he really can't afford to lose another one to Freddie here.
Beautiful looking one-stepper there by Cade. And that is there. Nicely done.
Yeah, he's still got a look here. I don't think that was what he wanted there. It looked a little undercommitted.
Ooh, is that in? Oh, my goodness. That stays in. Rolling out and then back in. Cameron living on the edge there. Freddie routine there. Getting to 7 down. That's 3 in a row, folks. He's heating up. See if Cade can get this birdie. Get one back. And he's there. Just getting his relief back there. These are just tap-ins here, y'all.
I could see how you could go OB long very easily on this hole if you don't hit that hillside, if you happen to get the drive a little too high.
So here we are, hole 13, par 3, 519 feet. Definitely it's open off the tee, and it just starts to get a little bit tricky once you get closer to the basket, but you got a lot of room on either side. Freddie now with the 3-shot lead, 7 down. Let's see what Freddie, if he can keep the pressure on. Yeah, that should be fine. See Cade going back to the towel here to get some extra footing. You can see all that mud just kicking up everywhere.
I think so.
Might be doing a little scrambling now for Cade. Good looking ball right there. Definitely, you can see how far downhill the hole plays. The very top of the basket you cannot see from the tee. It's that much further down.
Let's see what GT can do here with the backhand. A lot of distance. Got a good flip up on it.
It's very well done. So now you can see that basket's playing down into that grove. Whoa, what a shot.
Almost draws metal.
What a shot.
Skip off the top.
1 foot off of it, man. Wow.
And now that you can see where these guys' drives are, you can really appreciate how tough this hole is to get a birdie on. You got to have a lot of distance, and I think under normal circumstances, most of these guys can get it all the way down there. But with today's footing and conditions, it's just tough for these guys to trust their normal distance. That's why you see all of them go into the hyzer shot. I think more likely on a better day, they're all going right at it instead of throwing hyzer. They're going for that big distance birdie.
Got GT lining up the par putt here.
Only one birdie on the day from the field here. Alexis Chaparro. A bunch of threes and a couple of 4s and 5s.
So here we are, hole 14, par 3, 378. Now we're starting to get back into the woods. Open off the tee, but definitely as you get inside here, you'll start to see this hole's got some teeth, especially about circle 2 out and in. There's a lot of things to consider and deal with. And that's a pretty decent shot there, getting past the first few.
Can't do better than that line.
I heard some of the players there say that they wish they had like a brush. They could just brush off these tee pads, you know?
It looks like Cade is lining up some kind of overhead shot, maybe a little tomahawk here. Other than the roll, it was a really great shot. It hit in the middle of the fairway. It just got kind of an unlucky roll to the left there over in the trees.
Man, if he misses that tree, that's parked. It's so hard to find a lineup in there. It really is. There's just so many small trees that, again, the teeth of the hole kind of making itself known.
Looks like GT might be lining up a shot to go over the top here and just play Plinko on the hole. Little slip there.
You can see it immediately out of his hand.
It's going to put him in a similar place over there to Cade. They've definitely got some little looks to get out there to the basket to save this par, though.
Both GT and Freddie laying up. It's kind of a slippery green. Cameras don't do it justice, but it's definitely slippery.
Oh, too late.
Everyone here tapped in for par. So here we are, hole 15, par 4, 650 feet. Definitely the heart of the woods right here. Very tough hole. Left to right. Got to be able to keep this one in play, otherwise you're immediately scrambling. It's a big shot right here from Freddie.
And we didn't get to see it because we don't have any footage of the chase card, but Jake Hebenheimer did birdie hole 14. So that's going to put him another stroke closer to Freddie. We already know he was making a push from our check-in earlier.
Not bad. He's going to have a good quality shot from there going forward.
A little short. I'm okay with that though.
I think this, out of all the tee pads, this is definitely one of the most slick, one of the most treacherous. I was standing right off of it, and it looked wild.
And this hole is playing as the third hardest hole on the day. So this is probably going to be a hole where most of our lead card here is just trying to get in, get out, and get their par and move on to the last 3 holes of the course.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that is absolutely in jail. He's got no choice now but to look at a pitch out. And that, honestly, that's really as good as he could have did. I think this goes back to, that footing, uncertainty on the tee, leading to this, now his third shot.
And it's frustrating when you've got factors like that you do your best to control, but you don't have full 100% confidence that you can control your shot. These guys are already taking off some power to make sure that they don't accidentally yank it here or there. So it can be especially frustrating whenever you're doing your best to control that shot and it's still getting away from you.
So here you go, GT's fourth shot. See how Freddie can scramble out of this one here.
Forehand sounded like an airplane taking off.
Pretty good, all things considered.
Heads up so that
All of these guys are having to get creative with every shot here.
You could see just how tucked and wooded this hole gets, especially as we get near the basket. Got GT's fifth shot here.
And GT really needs to get up and down here to really stay where he needs to be compared to Freddie. He's already 3 strokes back. There's only 3 to play after this. He's more than likely losing at least 1 stroke. So he really needs this to be close and to get in the basket on the next shot.
Yeah, just got to stop the bleeding here.
Mm-hmm.
that's fine.
It's Freddie checking his foot. Cade with the verification there. Okay, so look there. You see how tough this is. You can feel those branches poking me right here doing the commentary.
Man, that just looks no fun. You could just... Every disc golfer knows exactly what those feel like just by watching him go through it right there. Now, this is Cade's 3rd, I believe. Potentially has a look here for the birdie. Probably a very rare look on this hole today. I'd be willing to bet that not many people even had a look for the birdie. Oh, wow. And Freddie just not very committed on that putt. Leaves it a little low.
Kind of a rare miss there for Freddie, giving one back. Can tell he's frustrated with himself there.
And Cade is under the basket for his par. So that is going to get Cade 1 stroke closer to Freddie. It's going to shorten the deficit to 2 with 3 holes to play. It's going to give Cade a chance to do something here.
It's a big putt here for GT. Just get out of here. Get to the next hole.
GT taking the 6 there. He's really going to have to work these last 3 holes and make some magic happen. He's going to be 4 strokes back.
What's kind of interesting here, hole 16, par 3, 306. A lot of woods. You can see Cade lining up the forehand here, taking that narrow gap. Ray almost gets taken out there again. There's some OB long, but that's a heck of a shot right there, y'all. You see there's that wide gap on the left, but most of these guys are going that sneaky one on the right. All right.
And Hebenheimer did bogey the last hole as well, so no strokes gained on Freddie, but he is still right there poised to potentially do something special from the chase card.
And that was, I was there to witness this. This was so close, inches from being a perfect shot. And just now he's got to scramble. And there we have a look at the live leaderboard. Freddie with a 2-shot lead. Jake Heebs and Cade Caps 2 shots back here.
And both Jake and Cade can make something happen. There's still 3 holes here. They've got plenty of time to make something happen with the 2-stroke deficit.
You know, this is definitely one of the shorter par 3s, but again, if you're playing for the 2, it's such a treacherous line. See, just right where Ray's standing up by the basket is OB. So you got to be careful you don't go too long. We were right up against there, so he is in, but not by much. He's flirting with it, Freddie was there.
See what GT has here. He's got a shortened swing with this tree in his backswing here. And still pretty good shot.
Needs to sit. Oh, and that was barely inbounds, too. It was so close to the OB line. Cam with the upshot. Let's see Cade if he can put a little bit of pressure on Freddie here. And he does. He's getting him to 5 under.
That's going to put Cade 1 back of the lead with 2 to go.
You can see right where GT's standing. You see there's a little barbed wire fence. He's getting his relief in. See the OB line flags right there. So he was close, y'all. Very close.
He does get up to 2 meters off of that barbed wire per PDGA rule, so that I get him a little closer here on the putt. Anytime you've got that barbed wire close to a basket, you definitely want that extra 2 meters, or extra meter, I should say.
There we go. I can tell you those leaves are kind of deep in there, y'all. You can hear the crunch there. I know he's going to feel like he needed that bird there. Let's see Freddie. Big putt here for him to save the par. There he is, staying at 6 under.
He's going to maintain the lead, but not by much. Cade is right there on his tail.
So now we hit to an interesting hole, 17. We got Cade with some pressure here. He can put some pressure. It's a par 4, 498. See what he can do here. Pretty good shot, all things considered. Chewing up quite a bit of distance there to get down there to set up the second shot.
And Jake parred hole 16. So right now, as the leaderboard stands, we've got Freddie at 6 down, Cade at 5, and Jake at 4. So we've got a really tight lead going into these last 2 holes.
See what Freddie can do here. Obviously, this is a big shot for him. Pressure's on. Cade's breathing down his neck. Jake heaves also.
All he's got to do is put it in the fairway right here.
Right. Go left.
Now we've got some scrambling time now.
And you can hear him talking to the disc. Go right, go left. He knows all it's got to be is in the fairway there, and he can birdie. And I don't know that one gets back to the fairway after it kicks right. I mean, and really anything can happen, but at this point, I think GT and Cameron are out of the race here. Being 4 strokes back with 2 to play, there would have to be a lot of things go wrong on Freddie, Cade, and Jake's part for them to have a chance to get back in it.
You can see here the angle is pretty tough. It's not a big window for Freddie here on this second shot. You know, all things considered, though, not bad just being able to advance it. Here we got a live look at the leaderboard. We got a birdie there from Jake Hebenheimer. So he now pulls even with Cade, 1 shot back of Freddie. Of course, Jake being in front, so he just birdied hole 17. There's a big shot here from Cade here. If he can get one down up in there.
Oh, wow.
I'm good. That was a slip of a century, though.
Yeah, he slipped bad. He moved some leaves there with his foot, trying to get some better footing, and that actually created more of a slippery type surface. So it's a really unfortunate turn of events there for Cade. Now he's got an upshot to save the par, and he's going to be there.
Yep, that's a very good shot from where he was at to be able to recover after taking a slip and hitting 2 trees like that, to have enough poise to say, you know what, I just got to get up and down and get out of here, and I've still got a chance to catch Freddie on the next hole. and he does a great job of just making sure the disc is underneath the basket right there. So Freddie and Cade both looking like they're going to take a par here. And they're going to be going to hole 18, which is the 4th most difficult hole on the course. So a lot of different things can happen with Freddie being in the lead by 1.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting here, and for GT and Cameron is, they're still playing for the cash, so they've got to finish as strong as they can just to claw up the leaderboard and try and take home as much cash as possible. So even though they're not in the race for the W, they've still got some cash to play for.
For sure. And
So
good birdie there by Cameron.
So hole 18, par 4, 723. We've got a Mando right there, and Cam just misses it going to the left. He needed to be right of that, so he's going to have to go to the drop zone. This is a dogleg to the right. Quite a bit wooded at first. And you can see Cade is having to rip on this, try and get down there as much as possible to get the distance.
And Cade knows that he's got to go for something crazy here. No matter what, he's got to gain a stroke on Freddie. So he can't step up to the tee pad and be conservative right here. He's got to push the disc. Now, here's where it's interesting is what does Freddie do? Does he play conservative, knowing that this is a difficult hole, and play for par? Or does he try to push and get the birdie just in case Cade is able to get it to avoid the playoff?
And, man, he pulled that, and he got a lucky bounce there, y'all, back into the fairway. That was going to be pulled hard, but he got saved there with that kick out.
This hole is averaging 4.84, almost an entire stroke over par today. It's really showing its teeth, and I think most of it is this tee shot.
You can see GT throwing mid there, just playing for position, and then probably looking to attack at that point. So now we've got the live leaderboard here. Jake making a birdie right there, y'all. So he is tied officially with Freddie. Cade 1 shot back. So Jake's in the clubhouse at 6 down. Let's see. Freddie needs to get it back in play. Let's see what he can do.
And that is a huge birdie for Jake to step up on the last hole of the course from chase card, knowing that this is a difficult hole, and make the birdie happen. Big birdie there. We might see some fireworks play out for the end of this event, Mike.
I think you're right.
It all depends on what Freddie and Cade can do here after GT's shot.
That second shot that we just saw from Freddie just moments ago was an absolute incredible shot. He had to play that turnover to get down there because he was in jail. I mean, he did not have much, and he got quite a bit of distance. So he's got about 250, 275 to get up and down to save the par. And you can see that, right here, Cade really so close to having a perfect drive and really just has nothing, just forced to pitch out. And
that is brutal to see. He had such a good line on that disc from the tee, and it just happened to fade out a little too quick.
Yeah, hit a branch and just kicked him left, so it's very tough. Game of inches, y'all. I mean, that could have easily, if it misses that branch, he could have been right there in the openings during the same shot he's got now, but as a second, now he's throwing his third.
Now, he may not know about Jake, but he basically has to play for the throw-in here. I mean, he puts it up there. He's going to have a putt for par there. But it's not going to do anything with what Jake did on the last hole. So now the question is, can Freddie save his par in order to force the playoff with Jake Hebenheimer?
What's interesting is the card really didn't know what was going on the rest of the way. I think for GT and Cam, they were just focused on just getting the round through. But Cade, as you'll notice up here, as we get closer to the basket, Freddie just simple forehand And everybody up to this point thought, hey, that's just going to be a drop-in win, and Freddie's got it. But the scores actually were going in right about now as they were walking up. And that's when everyone's realizing, hey, Jake made that bird.
So this is Freddie's tap in for par, which is going to force the playoff. Jake Hebenheimer coming up from chase card, birdieing the final hole of the round to force the playoff with Freddie Meza.
Do you want to tee off first or defer?
Okay.
That's kind of.
You want to look it up?
I didn't know. I thought it was the best.
That's what I would do,
Yeah.
but apparently there is a rule.
I didn't know.
Both of these guys
Random
have just
on
got
the,
electric
who goes
games.
first. Now, whoever goes first on this hole, if the playoff keeps going, it alternates regardless of, after that. So, cool. Whenever, I guess, Jake, whenever you're ready.
Tails.
All his
I
tails.
didn't even flip it, but that's fine.
That's a weak flip,
Heads.
Steve-O. All his
He said
These-
you choice.
No, I know,
I
but
meant
he
I
called
choose
tails.
It was heads.
It's
You
heads,
get to
so
choose.
you get to choose if you want him to tee off first or you to tee off first.
Me.
All right, good luck, gentlemen.
So these guys are going to alternate going first until there's a difference here, and they're starting back at hole 1.
par 3, 441. You see Jake checking the tee pad there. A lot of mud around it.
And as I started to say before we got into the rules of the playoff there, both of these guys have just got electric games. I mean, these guys are capable of going to DGPT events, but we see Jake really yank this one over.
Man, that's a tough break.
Oh, wow. A
First-
lot of distance, but just really yanked.
Yeah, you can see that flipped up a little more than he wanted. That headwind is definitely serious. Now Freddie kind of gets a wind read from that, so the strategy there. Now he's got to just put one in play.
And I do think that was a smart decision to let Jake go first, knowing that a lot of discs were flipping up here when they played this hole the first time, getting that good wind read, and he's in a good spot now.
Jake birdied this hole in his final round, so he felt pretty good. I mean, I think he probably felt like, hey, he can make another birdie here. So now Freddie, let's see what he can do, if he can pitch up and put one under the basket here.
Jake was, in fact, the only birdie in the final round on this hole.
So Freddie puts one in the basket. Now Jake's got to take the drop, and he's got to make this has to go in to keep the playoff alive. Man. And that's going to do it there, folks. Freddie, officially your 2025 Hideaway Open champion here. Very good effort by Jake Ebenheimer, representing Prodigy Discs. Man, first tournament throwing Prodigy, and, definitely a very good showing for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Hideaway Open presented by Fate Village Tavern MPO champion, Freddie Meza.
Let's go, Freddie!
Shout out to Steven Story, 2018 PDGA Tournament Director of the Year. Second of his
I know, it took a couple of years.
tour event here in Terrell, Texas.
Thank you.
Shout out to Nick right there with Hideaway, always just top class facilities.
How many times have you played?
Freddie
Coming
averages a
second
1033 event,
Right?
10 points
You're due
over
a
his
win
rating.
for sure.
Freddie here,
I think three, at least three.
Freddie with
So,
3 runner-ups here,
Congratulations, brother. That's great.
and he ends up taking it down here, y'all.
How's it going out there, everybody? Bigfoot Mike coming at you live. We're here on location, 2025 Hideaway Open, our MPO champion, Mr. Freddie Meza. Freddie, congratulations, and talk us through this tournament, your preparation, and what you thought about coming into the event.
Well, not preparation. I play these courses too many times, so I feel like I can play a pretty good course. Specific, this course is woody, so I always say if you hit your lines, you're gonna get the birdies. So it's pretty cool. I left a couple birdies behind, so I almost lost the win. I mean, we get it back in the last holes.
talk us through. I know you played super solid early on, couple birdies kind of calmed the nerves, but talk us through maybe 9 holes in, you had a little bit of a lead, and then you saw Jake coming back, how that kind of made you play, what you were thinking about at that time.
Well, after so Jay came back, bro, like around like hole 15, it's like, oh, we still got like 3-4 holes, so we can get it like one more birdie. I think we're gonna be fine. And after that, I just go and get a bogey, and I missed the last 2 holes. It's gonna be like, oh, now it's gonna be playoff. Just thinking in hole 18, hey, just get it part and just play off, see what happens.
So in the playoff, you had the opportunity to Jake called tails, it was heads, and then you let him tee off first. Talk us through that strategy as you went into the playoff and kind of what you were thinking and why you let him tee off first.
Well, we got a headwind, super heavy headwind, so I'm going like, okay, yeah, I got the choice, so he can go first, and I can just kind of read the wind because he's gonna throw like big hyzers, so it's like I want to see how much they're gonna flip to this.
Sure.
And after that, going OB, it's like, you know what, you just play hyzer, play safe, and then pretty much over.
I know you played this tournament several years now, and how does this feel finally getting the win, and just how this sets up your 2025 and any of your 2025 goals for the year?
Well, definitely feel good, get a win this course, and we still working for the 25. You know, we got a couple tournaments coming out, and then just keeping working, you know, like go in the field and you try to get smooth in the backhand. I try to not using my forehand for the 25, but like, you know, I'm gonna try to get better in the backhand turnovers.
All right. Well, Freddie, we appreciate you coming out. Awesome job today. Great battle. Super awesome nerves coming down the stretch, and you just were able to close the deal in the playoff. And so congratulations again. Any final words or any sponsors that you'd like to mention?
So thank you for being here, guys, and thanks for Lone Star, still like my main sponsor. Thank you, Nick, the Hideaway people, you know, made this course happen and keep it clean. Every year is getting better and better. You know, we more playing, every time it's getting better, the ground and all the lines. So always just fun coming back and playing these courses. And thank you guys for being here again.
All righty. Well, y'all, we appreciate y'all's support here. Be sure to come out to this great facility here, Terrell, Texas, Hideaway Disc Golf Club. And hey, Freddie, best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on your victory.
I'll see you around.
Alrighty, y'all, that's going to do it right here. That is the final round. Here is the final look at the leaderboard. We've got Freddie Meza taking down the playoff, 6 down. We've got Jake Hebenheimer as well, shooting 6 down, finishing runner-up. We've got Kate Caps, 1 back in 3rd. GT Hancock finishing in 4th with a total score there, 2 down. Emerson and Cameron Shirley finishing at 1 down, finishing tied for 5th. We've got Samuel Park shooting 3 over in 7th position. We've got a tie for 8th between Mickey Welsh, Landon Knight, and Brandon Cawthorn, hailing out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, rounding out our top 10. Alrighty, y'all, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We've got a lot of big things in store, 2025 Bigfoot Pro, a lot of things we're going to get better on, and y'all just really appreciate all the support, the patience. I know it's funny how we try and put this out, and we're going to get a little sharper, a little quicker, and we really appreciate Steven's story, Dynamic Disc Carrollton. Y'all, if you're wanting to play some of the top tournaments in Texas, definitely check out the Dirty Dozen Tour and Steve-O. Follow, make sure to give them a like, comment, and follow. We're going to put all the socials down and below, and we'd love to have your support as well. Be sure and like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to be able to bring you more coverage. And Mason, hey, I appreciate you joining us as well. And any final words you have for the people here?
Yeah, thank you for having me on, Bigfoot Mike. I had a lot of fun commentating over this round and getting to see these guys brave the weather. I know I learned a lot from my own personal game, and I hope you guys did too, watching at home, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Well, please be sure and like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Bigfoot Mike and Mason, we're out.